No, it's not clickbait. I actually met John Williams. I know how special it is to have met someone so influential to both me and many other composers and musicians out there. But the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized I really don't know anybody else who's met John Williams before. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of share this story with you guys. So it was August 3rd, 2010. I would have been 17 years old. Now for a little backstory, I decided that I wanted to really get into writing music for film and animation when I was about 13. Star Wars had been a huge part of my life, as well as many other composers out there. I just loved the music. I knew all of the soundtracks for episodes 4, 5, and especially 6. I remember back then I had taken a scene from Star Wars. It was a deleted scene, so there's no music. I had rescored it in finale and probably didn't sound very good, but John Williams was a huge inspiration for me and still is to this day. So my grandpa had gotten us tickets, just for the two of us, to go see a John Williams concert in Tanglewood. It was the Boston Pops Orchestra. It looked like it was gonna be a phenomenal concert. They were gonna play a bunch of his music. So I was really excited for it. So he drove me there, and it was the night of the concert. So we're kind of waiting for the show to begin. I hadn't seen too many orchestral concerts, so I was really excited about this. I was hearing little bits and pieces as the orchestra was getting started. They were starting to play little excerpts from pieces from his soundtracks, which I recognized. I remember distinctly there was a cellist on stage, and I was like, okay, they're gonna be doing Harry Potter. And then, to my grandpa's credit, he said to me, Zach, is that John Williams? And I looked up and I realized that it was John Williams. He was walking, not on the stage, but he was actually walking through the hall, the audience. He came out from a certain stage. He was walking to the left and went down the aisle and then actually went into like maybe row D or row E. And he sat down. I don't even think we knew he was gonna be at the concert. So to see him not coming on stage, but actually sitting in the audience was shocking. Now all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I could go up to this guy. But as a 17-year-old, I was kind of terrified about the idea of even remotely doing that. Now my grandpa convinced me to do it. He said, you gotta go up there and talk to him. And eventually after pushing, I decided, you know what, I have to do this. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to do this. So I remember going up alone. We were in section 6, he was probably in section 1, so I had to do this long walk by myself to go see him. And eventually I got up to him. He was just finishing talking to someone else who walked away, but there was nobody else. There was no line, nothing like that. I don't think many people actually even saw that he was there. So there I am standing, and he is sitting right next to me. He looks up at me, and I poop my pants. No, I just said, hi, Mr. Williams. My name is Zach. I'm a composer, and I just wanted to thank you. You've been a huge inspiration to me, something to that effect. Just tried to keep it short, just wanted to say thank you. Didn't want to like dote over him, even though that's what I was thinking inside. And I just remember his response was as if he had never heard a compliment in his life. He just looked at me and he just said, oh, thank you so much, in that classic, soft-spoken John Williams way. And that always stuck with me because this man's probably heard compliments his entire life, every waking hour of the day. And to give me that time and not just shrug me off and not just say, oh, thanks. Frank and I were just talking about this, and there's a big risk to meeting your idols because they could be not what you'd expect them to be, or they could, kind of shatter it. And I was vulnerable at that time. It was the first time I've ever met like a high-profile composer like that. And he was just so gracious. I wound up standing there. Actually, I think I even may have sat there for a while because I asked for his autograph, and he didn't have a pen on him. So someone said, oh, I have a pen. Turns out it was the chair of Berkeley. And we wound up talking, all three of us. Don't quite remember the conversation we had. It was probably on the shorter side. I just remember the way he responded to me when I said thank you. And that really left a strong impression on me and made me realize that, as a content creator, as a composer, I may be that to some other people. And it really helped me realize the value that we have as artists to help inspire others. Now that meeting was so important to me that actually right back here, I have a little frame that has the program of that concert that day with his signature on it that I watched him sign. Turns out my poppy had also wanted a signature from John Williams and had reached out to his manager a couple weeks prior to the concert. So we wound up getting a piece of mail also with his signature on it. So I have 2 of John Williams' signatures up there. Don't steal it. But the one that's really the most special to me is the one that I saw him sign on the program. The concert, by the way, was amazing. It was incredible. They did like Harry Potter, I think Indiana Jones, most likely some Star Wars, Memories of Geisha. Yo-Yo Ma came on stage, and so did James Taylor, and they did a duet together, which was just incredible. It was just a really special concert, and even more special that I got to meet the man himself. I can say pretty safely, even from that encounter, that I think John Williams is exactly the way that he appears to be on camera, and still continues to be a huge inspiration to me, both with the music that he creates and just the generosity that he gives to the people who love his music. That's it, rather short story, but I just thought I'd mention that in case you didn't know. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll be doing more stories soon. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next video.
Wow.